Hello, 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 hello. So tonight's episode of Rydes N Vybes is not sponsored. However, if you would like to be a sponsor, you can do so by emailing, calling, texting, or sending me a DM to secure your spot. Let me see if I'm not sure what's going on with me being able to get tonight's guest on, but let's just see. I'm about to try one more time and see if I can get him on. Because unfortunately, when we are subject to being on social media, sometimes it makes us have to work a little harder to get, or technology. It makes you sometimes have to work a little harder to do what you need to do. But tonight's guest is PSS Trans. He is from Dallas, Texas, and he has a nice fleet of cars, but he races a G-body. And so the G-body that he races, I'd like to say it's a bad piece of machinery. And so, one thing I can say about the people in Texas, they first of all, they not spending, well, I won't say they don't spend. I'm going to say what we're having to spend a lot of times in other parts of the country, and in most cases be going just as fast, if not faster. So I don't know what that says about this part of the country, but I know that a lot of times they don't have to do as much as we have to do on this side of the world when it comes to it's so crazy. It's not letting you. What is it saying when I send you a request and when you send me a request? Does it allow you to accept the request or? Okay, I accepted it. It keeps just saying you're unable to join. Let me see. I sent it to you this time. Oh, hey. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. So, first, I want to tell you thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule to sit down and talk to us and answer the fans' questions.
Not a problem. Not a problem.
So, the next thing I want to say to you is I kind of feel like you've been running from me for a minute and didn't want to come on the show. Is that the case?
Not at all. Not
So
at all.
what was the issue?
Well, a lot of times it was I was in a transition. Like a couple of times I know we had talked, and I was in transition of moving my company. I had a lot going on. I had just bought my building, so it was I didn't have the ample enough time to even, I guess, give it the time I should at that time. So, but I'm glad I'm here now, and I'm glad you stay persistent. Because I even feel like, hey, I don't need to be on here, at the same time too. But I do appreciate you even staying at it. I appreciate you. I appreciate you.
Oh yeah, because that's one thing I'm gonna do. I'm gonna give you a little time off, and I'm gonna come back and be like, "Hey, you ready yet?
Yeah,
You
you
ready
came
yet?"
right back. You came right. I said this woman is the most persistent woman I've ever seen in my life, but I love it though. I love it.
I had to get you on because I be feeling like okay. So not to take nothing away from no parts of the country, but I be feeling like I want the whole everybody in the big rim community or just the car culture to know what I have learned about the guys in Texas. Y'all are dope, and y'all treat me like family.
Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Try to every time you come down here. I love seeing you down here, to be honest with you.
Y'all do, and the only thing keeping me from moving there is the extremes of weather. So in the summer, it's so hot, and in the winter, it's so cold.
Yeah. We don't really have no balance either. You know, some days it's and then that evening it's cold as crap, you know what I mean? Or vice versa. So our weather is very bipolar. But one thing for sure, you'll get a bang for your buck if you should buy here. Your land, your house, or whatever you're gonna call it, you get a good bang for your buck.
I don't know. I kind of feel like if I was to move there, they'll be trying to have me wearing cowboy boots and stuff, and that ain't really my thing.
I'll get wrong yet. I don't understand why everybody say coming to Texas is like everybody from the we walking around here hurdling cows and moving bales of hay all day. We is not doing that. So y'all need to stop that. That assumption is very wrong. I don't know why people always think that people around here just roping cows and milking cows all day. That is not what's going on.
I'm just telling you what I be seeing. Like when I come there, I be like, "Did he have on cowboy boots?" Nah, bro, please don't try to talk to me, cause I don't want to talk to you.
Honestly, that one there, he gonna keep you right though. That one with that cowboy boots, he gonna get you right.
We'll talk about that at a later date. Let's get started with the interview.
Jordan, he gonna be scared to step in the mud puddle. That one with the boots on, he gonna come through.
You know who I be laughing at? Who I used to laugh at so much with them darn boots? D-Mal.
Yeah. He gonna keep him some with some shorts on and all.
Oh my God, that's hilarious. But anyway, so I'll start off with one of my questions and then I get right into the fans' questions, okay? All right. So tell me how you got started being into cars and racing.
Well, basically, my dad, that's what like from a background of cars. That's all he ever had. Like older school cars, working on them. And then like my first car he bought me was a Caprice, and it was like a 83 no, it was an 87 model Caprice.
A black
Yeah, that was my first car. Box Chevy.
Hmm.
And so basically he gave me the car and I was like, man, I want to put a system in, I want to work on that. So I started working on it. He like, you want to do anything with the car, you're not taking it to no shop, you're not doing nothing with it. Start teaching me about tools. Then my grandpa, that's all he did is mess with old cars. And so I pretty much learned how to work on the cars and watching them deal with the cars. And then that was kind of like the best. Bring me back. That was kind of like the best time I really had in the car game because just sitting back watching them like argue and like, you know what I mean, talk crap and like that when grudge racing was fun, when you think they finna kick each other ass and they just start busting out laughing because I was kind of scared, like, hey, they finna fight or what?
Right.
And they just bust out laughing, and you know what I mean? But at that time, like, I loved it because I was learning about cars. And I still love them to this day, but I just think that's kind of another story on another behalf. But, you know, that's when I feel like the car game was the most fun. But that's where I started with cars.
So your first car was an 87 Box Chevy. How did you, take me through the progression of to where you are now? Because we know it's not a Box Chevy now. I know it's not a Box Chevy now.
I did a lot of the work on it. I had put me, that's when, I guess, wire wheels was real cool then. So I had got me some 20-inch wire wheels. You know, back then that was a big size for a car. They little now, but I put a system in it. I got it painted. I think I got a picture of it in my phone somewhere. I probably have to find it. But now after that car, I got I think a '96. It wasn't an Impala. It was a Caprice with the police interceptor in it.
Okay.
So I thought that was my Impala at that time. So you know what I mean. But because it had that was my little second car. I didn't do too much to it, but it was kind of like that was my high school days. Like so, that was my box Chevy. Then that '96 Caprice, and that's what kind of got me on my little journey of messing with cars. But it didn't kind of got now at this point because I ain't stopped. So now I'm at I think I probably got 10 now. I got the '96 Impala. I got the Monte Carlo 7. I got the '87 Cutlass. I got the my most recent one is the '87 box Chevy, the Lando. I ain't sure which way I want to go, but I've started. And I got the Chevy C10. What else I got? The Dually on 30s. The Escalade. Just to kind of get a little roundabout of where I'm at with cars now, if that's what you're asking. But
That's darn shame. You don't know what all cars you got.
I don't. I done gave you most of them though.
That means you're a car hoarder, just like the rest of these guys.
Turned into that, and I really didn't even try to. Like I had to start looking around and start seeing all the parts and stuff. I was like, man, I'm becoming a hoarder, like on the cool, like. But you know, that's being around a bunch of old people because, like, you know, they kept spare parts and hey, man, you got this? Yeah, I got it over there and it's tucked away in the back. So I didn't kind of turn it into a little hoarder on the cool.
How the heck you call somebody old? How old are you?
35.
Oh, that's right. You are just a baby. That's crazy.
Yeah, this woman called me a baby.
That's a baby. You 35. And you too young not to remember how many cars you got.
I really don't. To be honest with you, I haven't even. I honestly like that picture. You got that on the page. That was my first time ever taking my a picture with all my cars. Well, not even all of them, but a lot of the cars together.
What made you want to end up racing the G body?
I ain't gonna lie to you. I started with the '96 Impala with the wheel racing, and
Okay.
I couldn't get it to stop spinning for a while. And I was going out racing some guys around here, and a couple guys made me mad. They pissed me off because they beat me in my '96 Impala, and they was in G body. So I told them, y'all got me fucked up. I'm gonna go build me a G body, and that's what kind of got me into the racing at G body.
Okay. And how long ago was that?
Uh, I just started messing with that G. Well, I've been building the G body for a few years now, and I just didn't take it serious all the way. I just kind of did something here, did something there, but I just got it like up and moving last year. So that's the first time I didn't start. It didn't got on the track last year. So, and we didn't got some good numbers out the car real fast. It didn't take long at all.
Right.
So
So
as of last year, is it first touches the track.
as of last year?
Yeah.
Oh man. Like 2023?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say I'm gonna say it's nice. I ain't never seen your time slip, but it's a nice. It looks like it goes really really fast.
On hard tire, it's like compared to what a lot of people running, I know that I'm competitive with a lot of them on hard
Right.
for sure.
So if you have not already, what is your dream car to build?
I would have to say 69 Camaro or 69 Ford Mustang.
Mustang.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I thought we was gonna get along really really good.
We still can. We
You
still
talking
can.
about a
Yeah,
Ford?
that's about the best one they got. And I'm not a big car Ford fan, but truck wise, like I'm a big Ford fan with trucks. I'm
Right.
nothing on the market messing with a Ford truck.
Yeah.
Yeah, prove me different.
Hmm.
Prove me different.
I might have to think about that one.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna
Do
have to.
do you a poll one day.
I'm gonna have to. Any particular Ford that you just say Ford truck?
F-350 and up.
Man, you see them comments. You listen. I'm okay. You know what? We gonna move on past that because you know what? I attribute that to you being young, and sometimes when you're young, you don't have the best judgment.
Well, all I ask
So
is prove me wrong. That's all I ask of you.
how do I
I
prove
told
you wrong?
you to do your poll. Do your poll one day. What are the best trucks to have to own?
Okay,
Just do it one day. You do
I'll
it.
do it. I got you. I'm gonna have to. I don't feel like I. mm, Okay, we'll go on past that. Um, you talked about what you thought was the best time in the car world, or in you know throughout your journey in cars when you first got that '87 bought Chevy. What do you think? This is a two-part question. What do you think is helping uh, the big rim, or I guess I wouldn't even say big rim. Let's just say, what do you think is the positive side and what's helping our urban car culture, and what's the negative side? What's hurting us?
Uh, I guess to kind of give my overall review, uh, I believe it's nothing helping it at this point in time right now. Seeing that we have, and when I'm saying nothing's helping it, it's like it's stagnant. It hasn't moved up. It hasn't moved down. It's very stagnant. So I say if people would get back to the sport of it and actually enjoying it and stop trying to make it a hustle, it'll get back fun real quick. Um, and I think that's why we have took a kind of like a left turn and like stop, because that's where it starts at. It's a hobby at the same time, a hobby and a sport,
Right,
but it's a sport monetized if done the right way. Um,
right,
I'm a businessman at the end of the day.
right,
So I look at, I can't even walk into some businesses and enjoy myself because I'm looking at the business aspect of it and seeing how I could benefit or make it better or some other nature. You see what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, I love the competitive of anything that I'm doing. And rim racing is something I was more interested in because it was kind of like more my seat. I like a fixed up car and you can actually race it. So at the end of the day, to answer your question, I can't say good or the bad because a lot of that get into a lot of more stuff that I don't want to prejudge on. But I kind
mm-hmm.
of great ideas of some of the people that are hurting the culture versus bringing it together. And if we can kind of like go ahead and say, hey, well, y'all finna have to stay out the way, and we can come together and we can put something together to where it can make sense for the group that actually want to move forward with it.
Right,
Really wish we could get back to the state of when people were actually going out there for the hobby of it and not saying,
right,
hey, I'm trying to go build up a show or whatever the case may be, because now it's not no fun no more because you're all business with it.
right,
And it ain't even a good business because you're looking at it from a hustle side.
right,
And when hustling, you kind of can mess over some people at the same time because it's a hustle, and that's why I think a lot of the culture have gotten to where it's a hustle now instead of actually a sport or a hobby, something that you do for fun and enjoyment. You know what I mean?
right.
So I really don't want to answer that question with full details right
I
now.
got you.
To kind of give my overall review of where I feel that it's just stagnant right now.
So, do you think social media helped the culture or hurt it?
It did both. It helped it and hurt it. It helped it because it gave shine more light on it, and it gave more people eyes to see something that's not that you see every day, and it has educated a lot of people too on different cars. Like, hey, everybody call anything with big wheels a donk. You see what I'm saying?
Right,
hate people doing it like so bad. Like they say everything is a don't. And most people that are not of the culture will say things like that. But a lot of people in the culture too didn't know like the years of the don't from 71 to 76, whatever. So that educated a lot of people on what's going on in the culture. And it hurt it because now with the racing side, I'm just speaking on that. The racing side is hurt it because nobody want to lose on camera. Or nobody want to be embarrassed because they programmed it. But that's the whole part of you win some, you lose some.
Right.
But at the end of the day, you keep racing. At the end of the day, you somebody kick your ass, you go put something bigger in it, or you do something to adjust, and you come back. Hey, get your ass back out here. Let's do it again.
Right.
And that's the point where that ain't how it is no more. Like, because everybody wants to be upset. Oh, well, this and then the sore losers of it. That's what makes me so mad. Like it just like the sore losing of the sport. Like it just that's what kind of turns it down even more because the internet is there and they seeing it. You know what I mean? And nobody likes to lose on camera.
And I also feel like it gave some people voices that never, like, okay, first of all, it's a whole lot of people talking about stuff when it comes to some people talking about all these things, telling racers how to do their cars and what to do, and they don't even own a race car. They don't even know how to race.
Most definitely.
Or telling somebody how to paint their car and what to do with their car and talking crazy to people. And they ain't never even done none of this stuff with a car. So I used to kind of get upset with the people when they be like, well, where's your car? But then people can only talk to you crazy so much. That's like me coming to tell you, hey, PSS Trans, you should do such and so with your car with the motor. How the heck I'm gonna tell you what to do with the motor on your car? I don't know how to build a motor.
But you know the sad part about that?
What?
Some people start listening to people like that.
It's so crazy.
Some people start listening to people like that.
It's so crazy. That's why, to be honest, I had to back up. I had to back up a lot from, like, I'm very selective, like even whose lives I will click on, even whose pages I will follow. I'm really selective with a lot of stuff only because I'm more on the side of, if I don't know, I either do the research or I shut up. I'm not going to comment on what you got going on.
Oh, that's me.
But it's so many. I think Boost Doctor made a post about it the other day. He said the internet is the only place where people can be experts in something with no certification. Like, how you an expert?
You can be whoever you want on here, though.
Right.
Whoever you want to be on here. Like, whoever you think a dream of, you could be on here.
Right.
That's the power of it. Like, that's the power of this app that we on right now. You could be whoever you want.
Right.
Like me, just like me or you. Boom. We could have rented a mansion and sat in that mansion and sat on here. This is my mansion, y'all. Check me out. Look at this. Whatever the case may be. And then I get back out of it and I go to my motel that I've been staying in for the last 6 weeks. Right or wrong?
Not your extended stay.
Hey.
So, what is your favorite part about being? Because I feel like I said this the other day. Like, I feel like Texas is like my second home. What is your favorite part about the car scene in Texas?
The car scene here in Texas is, I guess we have our one event that we have here every year, and it's like it's our Mecca. You know what I mean? It's like the biggest thing that we have, and everybody prepared to get ready for it. And everybody gonna put on their Sunday's best with their car forward. You know what I mean? And that's kind of like our best highlight of here right now. We don't have multiple shows that have that type of presence right now. So that's kind of like the best thing that we got right now. Shout out to the Whip Fest community right now. They've been holding it down quite a few years for here in Texas. We don't have nothing bigger than as far as our culture wise. So that's something that we look forward to year in year.
I think I've been to Whip Fest 2 or 3 times. I actually enjoyed it.
Yeah.
The only thing, like I said about Texas, is if a person ain't been, you have got to be prepared for that heat. The first time I came to Texas was when G Customs had the Texas Summer Showdown, and I think that was in 2018. Oh my God, I was so hot. I felt like I was burning up from the inside out.
Yeah.
I went back to my home. First of all, I was burnt up bad when I got back to my hotel. Secondly, I took a cold shower trying to cool off, and that still didn't work. I was so hot. I said, this ain't gonna never happen again. And shout out to Big Slack, because let me just tell you, the last time when I was there for Wilt Fest, um, Big Slack was like, KP, you need some water? You good? You good? You all right? It's hot out here. You need something? He was like, hey, we can't let you come here and pass out. We can't let you do that. So big shout out to him. And like I said, all of y'all treat me so well when I come to Texas. So I implore like anybody that's on here that has never been to Whip Fest. Whip Fest is like the stunt fest of Texas. And literally everybody be at Whip Fest. So if you've never been to Whip Fest and you stay on the East Coast, if you've never been to Texas Whip Fest, you have got to go. That's one of the shows that you really need to get on your schedule to go and see. Because to be honest, this was my ignorance about Texas, right? Don't laugh at me. This was my ignorance about Texas, right? They got so mad at me when I said this too. I was like, don't nobody want to come see them rims with them long poking things out, because I thought, you know what I'm saying? Now I know it's Houston, right? But I just thought it was all of Texas have swingers. I was like, that is so ugly. I do not want to see that.
Yeah. Come from, let's say, the DFW area to Houston, car culture is totally different. It's night and day. They don't even do the big wheels stuff down there, because they pretty much on the swingers. So that culture is night and day, and they put it on anything too. You're gonna find it on a PT Cruiser. You'll find it on you'll find it on a smart car. You'll find it on anything. They put them on anything and everything.
That's so crazy to me. I used to be looking at them like, how do they drive on the highway? Because some of them things be so long. Yeah. How do you drive? Like the lanes got to be far apart there.
They have never been my personal favorites. I like wire wheels, as far as I go with anything like that. So I can't tell you on those things because I don't have any interest in them.
Yeah, they was mad at me when I thought that Dallas had those things. Because I just thought, because I was like, it's Texas. Nah. Texas got them things. And I told that to BG. I was like, don't nobody want to see them long poking out. He was like, listen, KP, don't you ever come back to Dallas and say that to us. I was like, is that offensive? He was like, yes, because that is not us.
It's my totally different culture.
Right. So what's the next thing you're working on as far as your cars? Because I know you said we know you're racing now, the G body. What you working on now?
Like I said, I don't know which one I want to start on yet, but I got a 87 Land that I'm possibly gonna start with, and that one possibly could be my full just race car, but I ain't made up my mind. But I got a 87 short bed.
Don't come on telling nobody what not to answer.
Who that? Lewis.
Louis, somebody don't answer that.
Yeah, that's my boy Lewis, man. Right in over.
Listen, I'm gonna tell you something. If you don't already know this, and I'm sure you do, Louis really got your best interest at heart. You hear
That's
me?
my boy, man. That's my
He been listen. I, if we weren't gonna be able to make this happen, I was gonna call Louis, and I was gonna be like, Louis, you got to make him do it.
Nah, Lewis, my boy, man. He helped me out with a lot of stuff, man. And he done been in a bunch of pickles and jams with me with these cars too. Like we go through it, man. Like this is you gotta have a love for this because honestly the stress that you get from these cars like can be hell. And it can be carried over to a lot of other different things. So really like you have to like have a passion for this stuff or you just will not be able to keep going, to be honest with you. You know what I mean? So I tell anybody that's dealing with cars or about to start with a car, like this is not for the faint. Like, you know what I mean? Like it's not because you may go through a lot of different stuff, especially with dealing with shops and different other people and all different type of stuff because like I done been through the ringer with these cars. Like I done been to different shops and they done tore my head off. Like, I mean, Cole robbed me, you know what I mean, on a lot of different things. And that was the reason it being because at that point in time, I was like, in which I know better. And that's what kind of makes it not agreeable with me in some shops because they'll try to say, hey, well, you need to do this and do this. And I'm like, nah, that's not right or whatever case may be. It's easy to tell somebody that don't know what they doing or looking at
Right.
anything. A person that know, it's harder to do that. But like I said yet again, it's hard to be in the car game as of today because of all the changes that has been made through years of how people do business. Uh, so to answer your, go ahead.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
But I'm just saying this, you know, at the end of the day, with cars nowadays, you have to really have a passion for it because it's not it can be not fun on so many different levels. I mean, you went to the paint shop, you had trouble. You went to the interior shop, you had trouble over there. You went to the motor shop, you had trouble over there. Your wheels, you had trouble with them. So throughout the whole process, it ain't been nothing but trouble. So you like, man, why the heck I keep putting myself through this stress? And I ain't got to. This like something that this self-inflicted. You know what I mean? So, you know, that's why I say you gotta love this stuff to step through.
You can send it to me too, Dan Jr. Thank you. So also the other thing is it's so much like I think Savvy said it a long time ago. You got like car purists, like people who build in the cars because they love this and they just love the cars and they love, they just love to be here. Then you got these people that's building the cars because they want internet fame.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? And then, not to mention, they want internet fame, but when you get up on them cars don't really be looking like how they look on the internet.
I'm not gonna lie to you. Like when I first started like traveling and going to see the car in person, it messed me up. It messed me up. Like I ain't gonna lie, my first stop when I came to Florida and was looking at them cars and I'm not finna just, you know what I mean? I ain't trying to do this bad, y'all, but man, say I talked up on a lot of them when we first. It was before everybody started cutting them up. I thought they was like all the way ran through, but man, say nah. So I understand,
I ain't gonna let you do bad Florida now. That's
and,
everywhere.
and I get it. I'm telling you, my first stop where it blew
Oh,
me away because I had so much. The standard was up here with me. I thought it was they had them all together. So that's why I say Florida because it was a huge disappointment for me because my expectations for them was so high.
right.
Like I grew up looking at like Murph and all them like from East Coast riders, man. That used to blow me. I'm like, man, them cars hard as hell. So when
Right.
I seen them, oh man, come on now.
Listen, I ain't gonna say no names, but let me just tell you, the first time I seen some of these cars that be on the internet, I was like, ain't no fucking way.
Yeah.
Ain't no way. Ain't no fucking.
So, you know what I'm saying? So, cause I walked up on him. I'm like, nah, dog. I'm sitting over here stressing about this little old key scratch I got on my door, and this fool, he didn't even do no body work. He just threw some paint on this motherfucker.
Right. Absolutely. It's crazy. And the other thing is, it's like situation where people can't wait to hate on your car. My homeboy told me the other day, he's like, KP, just take your time on your car. Cause you know they, even though you're a female, they can't wait to pick your car apart and hate on you. I said, bro, I know. I said, the, the thing about it is the people who be picking the cars apart and hating on the people who actually got their cars going and is riding, 9 times out of 10, they car ain't really all that either.
Yeah, you're right.
If they even got one.
They even got one. The biggest advice I can give you in that area, KP, is run your race.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, don't put no rush on it. At the end of the day, it's gonna come when it needs to come. You know, a lot of times we start rushing stuff, and what you rushing for? You get what I'm saying?
Right.
Like you can't rush any type. When you rush the process, it's sometimes. Well, I've learned that it always don't work out right.
Right.
I mean, every single time that I try to rush something or make something happen before it's supposed to happen, it never comes out right. So just trust this, and you got other things in areas that you probably working on or doing. So don't let that be a distraction to whatever you got going to move forward, because that's another distraction at the same time. Because I know that,
Said the guy who working on 15 cars.
huh?
Said the guy who working on 15
Right.
cars.
And at the end of the day, I'm just trying to give you some good advice. Good advice. I want you to be better than me. I'm trying to get
That's hilarious.
start taking my own advice too. But I'm trying to help you too.
Oh my gosh, that's hilarious.
So let me ask you a question.
Uh-huh.
What shows do you plan on going to this year, or what's a show that's a must go to this year that you feel
You talking about you talking about a race or a car show?
race?
Okay, I'm definitely going to the first race of the season, which is February 24th. The Gangster Party. I'm definitely going to that.
That's gonna be in
But
Atlanta.
it's in Macon. hmm
Okay.
the reason I can't go to a whole lot of stuff is because my brother has his restaurant open now, and I run the restaurant, so I'm there every day. But I'm definitely going to Stunt Fest.
Okay.
That's happening. I would love to go to Whip Fest, because I try to come to Texas at least once a year. Um, I usually try to go to the classic, to the race at the classic, but I'm not even sure what's going on with that. So I try to hit a couple. I know I'm going. Let me just say this: I know I'm going to the first race of the year. I know I'm going to that, and I know I'm going to Stunt Fest. Anything? Oh, car show. I'm going. I know I'm going to Whips by Wade,
Okay.
and those are the only ones I know for sure that I'm going to.
Well, I'm trying to plan something for the Texas guys to where we hit at least a couple of them where we all get together and show up and call us ourselves the Texas Takeover. So wherever we're going, anybody that sit like us, we ready to race. So
I would love that.
yeah, that's what I'm working on right now with the guys here. Whoever
Mhm.
interested in it, even if I haven't already talked to you, you know what I mean. This invitation is to y'all too as well. So that's what I'm working on. Hopefully we can get that together. So make it fun ourselves. You know what I mean. Even if whatever everybody else on or whatever, we can start with our small little group of doing something to do something different. You see what I'm saying? Even just having some different cars at these shows. Uh, One of my disappointments in the past has been me showing up at a lot of the shows and like not seeing the races that I came there to see. You know what I mean? A lot of people don't understand the effort that you put in to go to these shows and not get what you paid for at the end of the day. And I know in racing and in life and everything, stuff happens. But at the end of the day, I've been to too many and I didn't get what I was there for. So I kind of backed up from going to the shows because of that reasoning. And then so I sat back and started watching it from the screen, and it still was the same thing. But at that time, I was spending a lot of money, flights. You know what I mean? I got to give me some transportation when I'm in there. I mean, a hotel 3 times a day out. So I don't care if you do got a bunch of money. You know what I mean? It's still costly at the same time. I could have found 10 other things I could have did with that money at the same time. So at the end, I hope that everybody this year, man, is on a different page this year, and we see a lot of more, a lot less talking. I think if we hop off this internet and get back to actually working on these cars and getting and doing what we're supposed to be doing, I think that would bring more, bring down the stress and the drama between the people, because I think a lot of that's what stops a lot of the good racing too as well. You know, just because of the feuds and stuff like that. Oh, I'm not going to his show because of this, or I'm not going over there because of that. Man, I'm going no matter what. You know what I mean? Like, especially if I don't like
Right.
it, you're supposed to go his ass with the car. That's how you should.
That's true.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's the whole point of girl. I don't like him. I'm gonna build his car and I'm gonna go out here and tear his ass up. That's the whole main thing that you're supposed to be doing in this sport. And I think a lot of people get away from that part of it. You know?
A lot of, like I said, a lot of people, I won't say a lot. Some people built their cars to be just to be able to say they own the scene. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Then some people actually built their cars because they're gonna race. But I feel like the ones who built their cars just to say they own, just to be on the scene, they messing it up for the ones who actually want to race or who are actually going to race.
Yeah.
It's just like a car, like, you know, it's just like a car show. Like the people who built their cars for notoriety or just to be internet popular, they mess it up for the ones who actually just built the cars because they like cars and they feel like they put out a quality product. And they in this for not the internet popularity, because that's the new thing. Like people want to be internet popular, and like you said, don't nobody want to lose on camera. Right. Not thinking that part of racing is losing. You gonna lose.
Let me explain something to you real quick. Since we touch on that, well, I'll give you a good example. It's just like how I said it's a sport and a hobby at the same time, right?
Right.
You know, like the NFL, they get paid to go out there and play, right? Basketball, you get paid to go out there and play, right? And you know, like the street outlaws now paid to do something that they love to do, right?
Right.
This could be the same thing. What's the difference?
Right.
But everybody see me. If I'm gonna invest my money, I'm not gonna invest it into this because the guys make this more of a liability. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Because it's plenty of people that said, "Hey, man, I'll be willing to invest into this, and so we can make it a bigger." Like that. But then you look at it and you watch these people every day because you're being watched and how they conduct themselves and how they, man, we ain't finna deal with that. They ain't make money because this person here, they been and did this and been did this and they done messed up the money. So I just like I said, you look at stuff as an investment, you know, with anything. And I wouldn't personally at this point in time, I wouldn't invest the money because I see how it works. You know what I mean? And don't get me wrong, it could be a lot too as well. Seeing that we have a great audience, but a lot of the audience has fell back. Even the best of the best, I like character-wise racers. Just like how you brought up Savvy. Like right. He was one of the dudes that I like sitting here watching, chit-chat, and being around because he brought character.
Right.
You've seen a lot of the people with good character, good heart, and not with the drama. You seen them back off. They didn't got away from them. You see what I'm saying? Now they still watching. Yep. So if they would see change or something better to it, they'll creep back into it. Man, it's starting to look fun again. You see what I'm saying? Let me get
him, Chevys and Bullies.
Yes, ma'am.
Stick Man Jack.
Ma'am.
Grand Nasty done pretty much backed up. It's a lot that really just done backed up.
But you know, like all the people that you said are mild mannered, cool people. They not with none of the hoorah and none of the extra stuff. They not looking for fame. They not like looking for any of that. They really enjoy cars, man. They really enjoy dealing with what they doing. So at the end of the day, that's the reason why you're gonna see these type of people go back to their place of, hey, my safe place. I ain't with none of that. You know what I mean? And I don't want to be putting myself in there because everybody ain't playing.
Uh,
That's what I try to explain to people all the time. That's why I stay in a safe place, but I like to dabble here and there. But I only can take so much of it. So that's why, you know, I move the way I move, you know, at the end of the day.
right.
But it's car stuff. So like, and a lot of people do. Like I said, a lot of people would actually come back to it if they see the change in it. But we got too many of the people that, you know what I mean, call themselves the leaders of it, not leaders. And that's just my perspective. That's my opinion. So I don't need nobody taking it and running with it or doing what they want with it. But that's my opinion, and everybody have one.
It's like the one bad apple theory, though, right? I say all the time, because the people who are like out front, that's like, if I stayed on the internet doing something negative, but people see me as a part of the car code of Big Rim, they gonna be like, oh no, nah, we ain't invested in that, because that girl be on there, she be doing all that BS and whoop de whoop. I'm what they see.
Right.
But because they see so much negative, they ain't able to distinguish the fact that, hey, it is some positive going on. It is some people that actually got good work ethic. It is some people that's actually going to do good business. You feel what I'm saying? So that's what's messing it up. This could be a multi-billion-dollar business.
It is.
And I'm
ready, because you got to think about how much money is being spent in this business to build these cars. Right. So they're already consuming money from us. If you look at these big companies, QA1, they put a whole kit together for dunks. Can they see that
right.
so much money? We're going to take a segment and put together for these guys. You get what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, we're being saw. Like, our money is lining people's pockets at the end of the day. But at the end of the day, if we want to take it to the next level, we would have to do that amongst each other.
Yeah.
Like, I have a bunch of plans that I could and a bunch of connections that right now that could possibly, but I don't have that energy. Like, you know what I mean? I couldn't. I'm not willing to jump out there with the situation. That's why I don't speak on it too much, because of what I know what it comes with. Right. You know? And like I said, everybody ain't playing, you know.
That's what I was just going to say. Great minds think alike. Like you said, everybody ain't playing, and everybody ain't about to be going for, you know what I'm saying?
A lot of these people sit on this internet and talk to each other is baffling to me. Like, and then I see you in person. No, we don't. I don't conduct myself in that manner. So I conduct myself as a man, and I respect my biggest things on my list, because I'm gonna respect anything and everything around me until disrespected, and that's just the way I've always lived my life. So at the end of the day, I don't want to put myself in a situation that I don't have to be in, because a lot of the guys in this country don't respect each other, and that's the reason why we still are stagnant. From, like I told you, from the beginning, there's no respect.
So you say you pretty much like, I ain't trying to take it there, but if you want to take it there, let's go.
Nah, that's law with me. That's just law. Ain't no, don't go there. Like, once respect is gone, like, that's it. And that's why I don't want to. I speak. I'm very meek, and I move on by my way. And it's like, even with this right here, this is something new to me that I don't usually do, because I'm not looking. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, like, I respect you, and I'm doing it solely for you. You know what I mean? To be honest with you.
That made me feel good.
And I appreciate you for even sticking in here with the culture, because you've been here. You've been here for the beginning of it. You've seen so many different layers of it yourself, and you probably got in a little more in depth with a lot more people, because you've networked with a lot of more of the guys on a one-on-one basis. At the day. So you've seen much as anybody, and you've been one of the ones the staples in the culture, and you're still here. You still love it. You still try to get yourself out there every chance you get. You still sit here devoting your time, putting here with your show, and you're always speaking about the car culture and the big rim culture. So a lot of people don't give you your flowers like they should. And like I just want to say, I thank you for even still sticking in here and being here with this culture, because I got to give it to you. You know what I mean? You've had plenty of reasons. You say, F this stuff, I'm going to go do something else. I ain't worrying about it, but your love and your passion is still there, and that's the reason why you still here doing what you're doing.
Thank you. I done quit 785 times. I ain't gonna lie to you, but I see this like an abusive relationship.
It is.
Like, I ain't never been in a relationship where a dude be like smacking me around, but I feel like that's what it's like. Cause I leave and I'm like, but I love him. I'm going back.
OBS, the Impala will be back out. I brought it back out last year. I did some changes to it. But yeah, you will be seeing it this year as well.
So you'll be back racing the Impala this year?
Well, the thing is, I retired the Impala because I got the MC. But if anybody called my name, or I feel like, you know what I mean, you trying to get out there with it, I pull it out. You know what I mean? I have no problem with it.
It's a few guys that got Impalas now. Y'all need to go ahead and make it happen.
That's just like Blackwood. He got the Impala here.
Yeah.
Reckon with this year as well.
It's you. The ones that I know of is you, Blackwood, and Scooby. You know Scooby in Maryland.
Yeah. I think he got a blue one, huh?
Yeah, he do.
Yeah.
Team Carnage. That I book races for them. So if you're trying to you know what I'm saying?
Well, give me a minute, because I haven't been playing with them. So I got to do a little work to that. But yeah, I'll call his name. I most definitely, I'll tap him on the shoulder, but with the red one, though, for sure. Once we get that one all the way down in, most definitely, I'll book him my ass with him with that one.
See, now this is what I love right here. This is my thing. You know what I'm saying? And then the other thing is, I know that when y'all talk or when you say whatever you gonna say, it's gonna be all racing. It ain't gonna be you ain't gonna be talking about nothing outside of racing. We gonna talk about how slow the car is or we ain't talking about this. That's the part that I hate too. Why is you talking about what this man got, where this man live? But that ain't got nothing to do with racing.
It don't. But that's why I say it. A lot of times everybody get away from it. And like grudge racing used to be, you sit there and talking shit, they talking shit and talking shit, and they talking about the car. But at the end of the day, they end up racing, or they were doing it for shits and giggles to keep the morale up with it. You see what I'm saying? Other people they go off course with it. Go to talking about people wives and all that old extra stuff and all, man. And that's why a lot of times it's hard to watch a lot of these lives, because it's really like, I don't watch Housewives and all that stuff. At the end of the day, that's just not my thing. Like, I can't stand drama already. And so it comes on her because that's what they so used to watching with the old lady and stuff like that. So they feel like, oh, well, I got to go out and be a diva too. That's what we cool. But now if we was on the show and we need to get some little stuff going on, y'all getting paid for it, yes, get your little drama on or whatever the case may be. Set your little but you ain't getting paid for this. So why y'all sitting on here arguing and going back and forth and talking about each other like little women? Like, I don't get that.
How Smoke said, at least the clowns at the circus get paid.
They get paid. You can pay me to get on here every day and argue with somebody for free. Like, that's not gonna ever happen. Like, my time mean everything in the world to me. I wish I would sit on this app and argue with people.
Well,
that won't be.
You know, men are just different now, coming from a female perspective. But that's another topic for another day. So those were all my questions.
Right on.
Is there anything else that you would like for your fans, followers, supporters, hell, I guess even your haters to know before we get out of here?
I'm coming. So please be prepared. This is my year. So I'm booking ass whoopings all year. So I ain't hard to find. Me and my people over here, we are playing to win. So at the end of the day, get your money right, and we're going to ride. So I'm planning to put this whole thing together for Texas to roll out, hit some of these shows so we can book ass whooping before we get there. So we already know where we at. But we don't want to scare them away with no money. because a lot of time that scared the stuff away too as well. But we want to make sure we're traveling for some type of reason that we're gonna get a race at the end of the day. So we love the sport here, and we got guys that'll race for a little or nothing or to a bigger something. So whatever you want to do it for, we comfortable with. If you ain't got number $10 in your pocket and we just want to get a race, let us get that $10. So don't let the money scare you away. Just get there, let's race. So that's what I want to say. Let's make this whole situation fun again, to where we can all enjoy it again. If that's what we can do for this year, that's what be my blessing to everybody. Just race again. Have fun, bro. Like, stop making it bigger than what it is and stop the drama. Like, just race.
So to sum it up, let's make racing great again.
Let's make racing great again. That's it.
All right. Anything else you want us to know before we get out of here?
Well, yet again, I want to give you your flowers again. I appreciate you. Keep doing what you're doing. You're doing a great job at it. It's going to get to where you need to be and where you want it to be. Just don't give up. That's the easiest thing to do.
Thank you. I appreciate
No problem.
A new shirt idea. Lewis, stay on me about the new shirt idea. So I want to tell you, thank you so much for taking time out of your schedule again to sit down and talk to us, because I know you busy like the president, bro. You is so busy.
I am, and I prayed to be in the position that I am in now. So at the end of the day, I don't complain. But a lot of times it gets very hectic, very quick, and that's on a daily. But I wouldn't have it no other way. You know what I mean? I love being busy, because I prayed when I wasn't as busy as I am now to be this busy, taking it and I'm running with it.
Right. Well, my only ask is don't make all the money. Leave some for me too. I just a little bit, not a whole lot. Just.
But I tell people, when you're an entrepreneur, and I'm a serial entrepreneur. That's what I would have to say by myself. And when you're working on a job, you have a 401k, right?
Right.
So that pretty much stay there for when you retire and you ready to go. So now I have to go get much as I can right now. Cause when I get down, I'm building my own 401k.
Absolutely.
So you know the old saying, I sleep when I'm dead.
Pretty much. And you young enough to do that still, so you good. All right. So PSS Trans, thank you again for taking time out of your schedule to talk to us, and enjoy the rest of your night.
You too.
All right.
Peace.
So guys, if y'all missed any of tonight's episode of Rydes N Vybes, you can catch the replay on YouTube. Make sure you click the link in my bio and subscribe. You can catch up on any of the past episodes. We've now been doing this since 2019. So if you have not subscribed, you got a lot of episodes to catch up on. Thank you again tonight for joining and watching tonight's episode of Rydes N Vybes. And I'll see you guys next Tuesday at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Have a good night.